Yeah, it's a crime scene investigation, lots of murders. It's exciting. It has a good drama between a father and a daughter. Hi, everybody. My name is Nick,
And look,
and I am a director and writer that's been working and living in Taiwan for about 10 years.
and I'm a cinematographer. I work also with Nick for a long time.
Today, we want to talk about everybody's watching Netflix these days because we're all stuck inside. So, I wanted to talk about the Netflix show, The Victim Game.
谁是受害者?
So, this is a new show that came out on Netflix. Probably hard to find if you're on the American Netflix site, but if you use a VPN, you switch to the Taiwan Netflix site, you can find it there. It has English subtitles, so you can watch it in English. I wouldn't say it's a perfect show, but I would say that the production quality and the filming and the acting and the directing are the best quality I've seen in a Taiwan show for a while.
Right?
I think you can speak to this as a cinematographer, but I do think the most impressive thing I always find with Taiwan media is how great they are with the camera.
Okay.
You know, I really think that Taiwan directors, Taiwan tech people, Taiwan cinematographers, I mean, they really are slick in the way that they film things, and they really have a good eye. I think that the main actor who's in it does a great job. So the concept of the show is that it is a crime scene investigator with autism who's very obsessed with his work, and he comes across a strange murder that isn't what it seems, and basically it turns out that his daughter, who hasn't seen for a long time, is somehow involved, and he feels bad that he never paid enough attention to her.
Right.
So he feels like in order to make up for this, at being a bad father, he wants to protect her, and in protecting her, he betrays the most important thing to him, which is his work.
Right.
And I think that the main actor really does a good job at playing somebody with autism, with a disability. I think he really is realistic in being, he's respectful, and he kind of makes this character cool because he's like a cool guy.
Yeah.
But also he plays it very realistic. So I really think that he really nailed the performance.
Great. So you like the acting as well?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a TV show, so there's a wide range of actors. I'm not going to speak ill of anybody who's in it.
Okay.
So, not all the acting is perfect. There's some acting that's, but it's, I think even in American shows, especially in American shows, actually, you get a wide range of actors on TV because the budget isn't as high. So you're not trying to find as many A-list actors to be in it. I mean, it's a good chance for up-and-coming actors to get on TV and do things, but I think him as the main character does an excellent job. I also like the other cop who's like his boss.
Yeah, Wang Sixian.
Yeah, he's
like,
great.
The
Long hair. Yeah, he's got like long.
Well, he's a famous actor in Taiwan, and he also can speak Taiwanese as well. He also performing in some kind of local drama, like kind of like we speak Taiwanese instead of our,
Yeah. Okay.
officially language. We, Taiwanese people, we have our own local language.
Oh yeah. So a little facts you may not know: in Taiwan, they speak Mandarin Chinese, but they also speak their own dialect, which is Taiwanese. Mandarin Chinese is because many people from China came over and moved here.
Yeah.
And so that is the official language of the country. But a lot of local people, older people, speak Taiwanese. What do you think about the show?
Well, I only watched 3 episodes. I haven't finished it, but I do agree with you for the similar photography is great. The environment they created, the lighting they kind of set up, is kind of wow. It's quality pretty amazing.
Yeah, they definitely picked a look and they stick to it. It's got like a dark, kind of a creepy vibe that kind of runs through the whole show.
Yeah. I like it. And also I'm amazed about their artistic work. I mean the 美术工作.
Oh, the art direction.
The art direction kind of, the most common problem in our TV show is we spend way less money on
art direction,
which make the quality of the images kind of less, kind of.
Yes. Every location they go, you can tell that the art direction they set it up to be. I think people don't realize how important that is.
Yeah.
how much that influences the quality of the work. Let's move into maybe some things that they could improve upon in this show.
Can you share with us?
I think the main problem with the show for me was the story. There were a lot of plot holes.
Okay.
Just kind of some lazy writing. I could kind of tell they rushed a couple things in the writing, where the best example of it is, and they did it a few times, so it got to the point where I was like, seriously, this kid's getting ridiculous. Where they would put their character in a situation that seemed like it was impossible to get out of. So he was in a room and the cops were coming and they were going to find out that he was looking on the computer that he wasn't supposed to be looking on. Right. And it would cut back and forth to him on the computer, and the cops are coming. Yeah. They're almost there. They're at the door. They open the door, and he's not in the room.
All of a sudden, he's just transported to somewhere else.
He's in his car. He's driving away, and it's like
doesn't make any sense.
It's such a lazy writing tactic to be like, if you're gonna put your character in a situation, you have to have a plausible. You don't just say, oh, well, actually, that situation that you were worried about wasn't real. He was never there. He got out before the cops were coming, or whatever. It's just, it's cheap, it's lazy.
It's too lazy. You don't think as you should be to figure out how to solve this situation. You just kind of, you want to create some kind of urgent situation, but just suddenly, all of a sudden, it doesn't exist.
There's a similar script thing that doesn't make sense. I won't go into it because I don't want to spoil it, but at the end, it's maybe the second to last episode, there's a script thing that happens that is makes absolutely no sense. The show cuts on a cliffhanger, and then the next episode, like you're like, oh no, what's going to happen at the end of this? And then the next episode, everybody's fine. And you're just like, what? How? Okay. And they don't explain it. They don't explain like, how is everybody fine? They just kind of have one line where they're like, oh, good thing that everything's fine now. And you're like, what?
Oh.
You can't do that. You really can't do that.
No.
So, I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody not to watch the show because of it. I think you should watch the show, and you can kind of pick out those parts that are a little ridiculous. Because I think there's good and there's bad to it. So I do think it's worth watching. It's not totally terrible.
Well, in terms of this show, I kind of wanted to point out, is that for international viewers to watch, I kind of like, it's not so localized drama, right? It's kind of like it can happen everywhere.
I do think that's a reason I would recommend this to viewers outside of Taiwan, because I think the frame of the story is something anybody can understand.
Every country can happen.
Yeah, it's a crime scene investigation, lots of murders. It's exciting. It has a good drama between a father and a daughter. The shooting style is very international, kind of slick, looks great. So you're not gonna like think you're watching some low budget kind of thing. Yeah, I think it's kind of modeled on like ideas like a movie like Seven. This kind of even like the movie Zodiac has that kind of a look a little bit. Like a David Fincher kind of a thing. It has like a little bit of like the CSI. That was a popular American show where like there's kind of a fun like figuring out how did they do it.
So for me to look at this show, is kind of I personally doesn't participate in this show, right? I should kind of figure out, well, they might wanted to make some movie or make some stuff like which is globalized kind of drama, which can sell to global like everywhere else.
Yeah, sure.
Just happened to shoot in Taiwan, like.
Well, yeah. I personally think if you're gonna produce media in your country, and you're only looking at the local market, you're only thinking about the local market, you're cutting yourself off from a lot of story. Because I think so many stories can be understood by everyone, and you should want your story to be understood by everyone. If your story can only be understood if you live in the place that it was made, then there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Because what you're talking about is you're talking about human emotions, you're talking about conflict.
We're all humans. Right?
And just because like, oh, okay, I don't know what this reference to this place is, it doesn't mean that you can't understand the basic emotions that are going in, the drama of the show. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, I think, between the Netflix shows that are being made in Taiwan and the on-TV shows that are being made in Taiwan.
Okay, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. So check it out if you're interested. Victim Game, available on Netflix, and we will keep coming out with new videos talking about different movies from Taiwan, maybe occasionally venturing out and talking about movies from Hong Kong or other places that influence Taiwan media. Because I think Hong Kong's a big influence.
Yes, so much.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.